Hello and welcome. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Andrew, and we're brothers. And this is the Daniel and Andrew Show.
Where we give our opinions about movies and TV and movies about guys with lion powers, or I guess they're lion powers. Not completely clear on that we've been watching lately. So, Andrew, how you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. Did you do anything fun this week?
No, not really. Just been playing video games.
Yep, you guys are loving that Overwatch Marvel game. So,
Yeah, rivals. Yeah,
yeah.
it's getting tired of it already, but it's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you were that big of an Overwatch fan. I don't
Yeah,
remember you playing it that much, so I can see where you get tired of that quickly. I'm sure others like to play that game, and you're okay with it. So, I mean, that's cool.
yeah.
I've just been working, and looks like we're already gonna go to Vegas. Not me and you, me and Dad, but going to Vegas in January. So that's cool. Short trip though.
Nice.
It won't be crazy or anything.
So was that like 5 trips to Vegas within a year or something?
Correct. Yeah, yeah. And the guys that I went, and the guys, some of the guys that I went on that bachelor trip, they were talking about wanting to do a trip. I don't know if that will actually come to fruition or something, but we would probably go in the spring sometime. So, um, but if that nothing doesn't come together, I think I won't be going for a while. Maybe the summer, but I don't. I think I'll probably. I mean, I was going like once a year, and it was fun because I'd go once a year, and there'd be new things to do and stuff. But there's not much new to do. And now there's like
Mhm.
construction on that stadium and stuff, and makes the driving crappier. I mean, there's always usually like road construction, but yeah. So we'll see how much I probably will not go as much as I did this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cool. All right. Did you watch anything?
No, I've been watching House.
Mm,
Just
yeah.
lots of House. So
Yeah. I haven't watched anything either. Um, I only went to the movies once. I thought about seeing other things, but there really wasn't anything out. This is like the weakest year for the at least around Christmas for movies I've seen in a while. Like even last year, there was like the Iron Claw, and that movie with Glenn Powell and the boys in the boat. Like there's like nothing. This it's like I mean there's like Nosferatu. I'm not gonna see that. I mean I could. I do like Robert Eggers has definitely his movies look really nice, but I don't think I'm gonna see that. I mean I'm barely interested in Sonic and Mufasa, and those are the big ones. So it's
yeah.
yeah. I mean, uh we're gonna do the movie draft. I'm already looking into that. There's trailers are coming out for movies that will come out next year. They're like announcing movies and stuff. So, but it's kind of interesting. We'll see how that goes. Um, I mean, definitely next year looks way more interesting than this year. It was pretty weak, I would say, this year. Like even the shortlists for some of the Oscar categories came out, and they were pretty weak sauce. Like I think Wicked's going to be probably the most nominated film this year. I think it's probably going to get nominated for Best Picture. Um, and that's not normally like a movie that like it'll do. It usually a musical like that might get like craft nominations, but I think it's just kind of weak this year. Um, so we'll see. I mean, but I also haven't seen most of the Oscar movies this year are really like limited releases. They're not even like doing like wide releases for a lot of them, so I won't be able to even see them for a while. They usually come around out around this time, but they're like super limited. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, we'll see. Um, all right, well, let's get into some news here. Um, I'll start with they're going to make a Clayface movie. Um, it's reportedly has pretty small budget, like 40 million. Mike Flanagan is directing it, who is mostly a horror director. He's done like Netflix stuff, like that like Haunting on Hill House and stuff. I think he did. I believe he did the Doctor Sleep, uh, the Shining sequel movie. Um, Mike Flanagan. Uh, yes, he did. He did Doctor Sleep. Doctor Sleep is actually a really good movie. But yeah, it's pretty much all horror. So I'm sure it'll be more horror movie. Haunting of Hill House, Fall of Usher, Midnight Mass, Midnight Club, Hush, Ouija. It's all him. So yeah, he has a lot of just a horror guy. Um, but Doctor Sleep is a really good movie. So are you? Would you even? I don't even know how they do a low budget clay face. Are they gonna not do like? Are they gonna not do the wishy look CGI look?
I have no idea. That sounds like a dumb idea to me to begin with, but most horror movies are. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know how straight horror it'll be. Um, but Clayface basically like can like turn into anybody. Apparently, in the comics, there's a version where he's just like a guy that wears masks. So
uh,
maybe they'll do like a more realistic approach or
realistic
something.
take, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's not like wouldn't be like top of my list to see or anything. But I mean, if the trailer looks good, I might check it out. Um, yeah, and that would definitely. I doubt that would be like the main story, main line or whatever DC universe that they're doing. So we'll see. Um, so the show that we're going to talk about next week, Secret Level, has already gotten renewed for a second season. It's
Mhm.
like a very highly watched show on Amazon, um, like one of their higher rated shows. So they already renewed it, and it's just anthology series and inspired by famous video games. Um, and we'll talk about that next week. Actually, something interesting. I don't know a lot of the video games that they did these for. Um, Only a couple really. So I'll have to pick your brain next week about it. But I don't even think you played all these games that they do things
Probably
for.
not, yeah.
Almost guaranteed. So there's some that are definitely just PlayStation games and stuff, but God of War and things like that. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, already gotten, so that's done well. So that's cool. Um, uh, Malcolm in the Middle is going to have a revival with a limited series for Disney Plus with the
The
mom,
original cast.
original cat. Well, all we know for sure is Bryan Cranston, the lady that I remember the lady who plays the mom, and Frankie Muniz is coming back. Um,
Okay.
they were in the announcement, um, but I would assume the original cast would come back unless something happened. Um, but yeah, so it's just a limited series. It's not going to be like like a full thing, from what I understand. Um, but that's cool. I'll probably check that out. It's a pretty good theme song, Malcolm in the Middle. Um,
Yep.
so I wonder if they'll do like an update or they'll just have the same song,
I
like
would
exactly the
assume an
same.
update. Most of
Yeah,
these shows do like a remixed ish version.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's cool. I mean, that's a show that I've watched and stuff, but I'm not like well versed in it or anything. But I remember it being pretty good from what I remember. So that's cool. Now the parents are gonna be like old, I mean, grandparents probably. Um, so yeah, that's cool. I'll definitely check that out. Frankie Muniz, that's definitely his first acting gig in a long time. He like literally doesn't he like really act anymore. So he does the race car driving, pretty sure. So
Oh, did not know
so
that. Cool.
the only thing I've ever seen him in recently is he does the like hair club commercials.
I've never seen them, so
Or like a hair plugs or whatever.
uh,
Um, yeah, cool. Are you are you interested in that at all?
what the middle?
Yeah,
Uh,
Malcolm in the Middle.
I don't think I've ever seen it like start to finish or anything.
Yeah,
I've seen
right.
like episodes here and there. Um, no, not really. I mean, we'll probably end up watching it. So
Yeah, I mean, if it's only going to be short, I probably watch it. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's on something. I don't know what. I want to say it was like a Fox show or something.
you
So
said it was Disney Plus.
yeah, the
Hey.
revival will be on Disney Plus. So I'm gonna
Oh,
guess.
you're
I'm
saying
gonna
it's
guess it was a
yeah,
Fox TV show. Yeah, that
yeah.
makes sense. If it'll be on Disney Plus, yeah, it probably was on Fox. It's probably on Hulu or something, or Disney maybe.
No, they've actually added a ton of stuff to Disney because I can watch House on Disney. So they've
Yeah,
added like a bunch of their backlog of TV shows and stuff.
yeah. Well, but because they basically you could watch Hulu on Disney, so
Yeah,
that's probably why.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it must have been Fox shows. All right. Cool. All right. Well, let's get into some trailers here. On the train, let's talk about Black Bag first. So this is Steven Soderbergh movie. I believe he's the Oceans guy. Um, and we got
I will
what is it?
say before we get into the trailers, all of these trailers that we did watch were quite good. I'm interested in like basically all of them.
Yeah, I think so. I there's the last one we're gonna talk about. Um, I'm I was like, we'll see how I feel about this, and then I watched the trailer. I was like, this looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, so and I wonder if you're thinking of the same one I'm thinking about that I'm talking
I
about.
have honestly I don't have my phone, so I don't even remember the names of them. So yeah.
All right. Well, Black Bag. This is the one with Michael Fassbender, Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
Um, all right, and yeah, so espionage, but they're a married couple and they're spies or whatever,
Yes.
and it's like,
Very
can you?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith vibes.
Except this is serious. There's no like
Yeah, this is
comedicness to it. This is like, can I trust you? And they know they're spies. Each other are spies. They like work for the
mhm.
same company or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I thought watching this trailer. I'm thinking this could either be really boring, and they try to make it look interesting, um, or this could be a really good movie, and like no in between.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
so
you have a point. Yeah.
But I mean, I'll check it out. I mean, the director's pretty good. I mean, the actors are good. I mean, she's an Oscar winner. There was other people in the movie too that I can't remember. The guy from Bridgerton who sucked in Gray Man, and then oh, and he was also in Dungeons and Dragons. There was somebody else in there that was like a pretty big star. Um, meh, can't remember.
I don't know. So yeah.
Um, I mean, pretty the cast is pretty good. Um, yeah, so I mean, this was kind of on my radar just by the premise and who was making it before. Um, and then now I actually got to see a trailer. Oh yeah, Pierce Brosnan,
Yeah.
Naomi Harris is in it. Yeah, so good actors and stuff. But yeah, this was definitely on my radar. Wonder if this movie will do how well this movie would do. Um, but yeah, so cool. All right, all right. Let's talk about Karate Kid Legends.
Yeah.
Um,
Looked good to me.
looks decent. Definitely not in the Cobra Kai world. That's for sure.
I mean, it is. I mean,
It's there's
they literally, he
definitely
literally,
multiverse Karate Kid here because
yeah,
he looks different.
he
He's
looks
Ralph
different.
Macchio looks different. I think
Oh,
this is not the same.
I, I mean, I just assumed it was because it was like the same place. They literally show like the
They
set
show the place, but
of
they don't
Cobra Kai.
show
But yeah,
like the back. They don't show like the back thing or anything. They just show what you know from Karate Kid.
yeah,
I'm gonna guess is a different version,
yeah.
but
I mean, I'm sure there won't be like any of the kids from Cobra Kai or anything like that. I
yeah,
think
I
it'll.
don't. I think this is a split universe, split branch timeline here.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Who cares? But
I mean, it's a pretty popular show, and I think people liked it.
yeah,
Um,
I think people liked that other Jackie Chan Karate Kid movie. So I mean, they're just kind
I'm
of combining
I'll,
two things that people like.
I'm
So
sure they did, but I mean, I I don't know. I never saw the one with
I
uh,
never saw it either, to be honest. But
Jaden Smith, so I'm sure somebody liked it. I mean, I think it made money, so you know.
yeah, I would
But
assume it did. That's why they're bringing back Jackie Chan. But I guess Jackie Chan has his own pull, regardless
Jackie
of that
Chan is
movie. Yeah,
him, obviously. Yeah, that's why that movie probably did anything to begin with, and it's
true,
Karate
true.
Kid name.
Yeah,
Um, uh, I mean, that's the only part that they're bringing from that one, pretty much. So,
yeah. I
and then they're
will
gonna,
say the action looked like kind of like way crazier than like a
yeah,
casual
it's not
Karate
as
Kid.
cheesy looking. Yeah,
Yeah, they were like looked like they were running on the walls or something, and
yeah,
then he like kicks. It was a bit much, honestly,
yeah,
but some Crouching Tiger stuff or something there.
yeah. Um, I mean, I'll be checking it out for sure. Yeah, I mean, cool. I'm not sure, like the director or anything here. Um, if it's, any good or anything, but, Karate Kid Legends. Jonathan Entwistle. He directed the end of the Bleepin' World there and
Uh,
Netflix show, and I am not okay with this. So some Netflix things, showrunner, executive producer of those. Hello Tomorrow. So first directorial effort
his
here.
his big break here.
Yeah, his stars on the rise. We'll see if the movie's good. But yeah, I'm definitely interested. You know, I watched Cobra Kai, even though this is not connected to it in
Yeah,
the
I
way
mean,
we would think.
they had my ticket when they showed Jackie Chan and him fighting kind of at the same time.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
yeah. So we'll see how that goes, and I'm sure they'll talk about. They're obviously talking about Mr. Miyagi and everything. So, all right. Next, we will talk about a death of a unicorn. That it shares a person that stars in it. That Will Poulter will be in this one and the last movie we talk about. I thought that was kind of interesting. Um, So
Who is that? Yeah.
this is the young blonde guy. He was Adam Warlock in
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Guardians.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
All right, so this one has our stars here are Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega. Like a
Hmm.
horror comedy. They run over a unicorn, and they study it and find out it has magical powers because it's a mythical creature. So,
Can cure
uh,
cancer. Yep.
yeah, you got Richard E. Grant in there, who I like. He's a good actor. Um, and Will Poulter and stuff. So there's some good actors in here. It looks goofy. Um, I mean, this is an A24 movie, so definitely a little weird and a little off kilter movie. Still kind of keeping in their horror stuff, but obviously this one's a horror comedy. Um,
Yeah.
and they've
It
been making
it
those.
was weirdly working for me, this
Yeah.
trailer. So
Well, I think you like Paul Rudd. I mean, that helps.
yeah, it does.
Lots of people like Paul Rudd. I mean, I like Paul Rudd. So, I mean,
I will say, if you wanted to make a horror comedy, he was probably the perfect person to pull it off. So,
yeah. Well, to put him in there for you to be cool with, I think. Um,
no, no, the world has agreed on that, and they told me that. So,
okay. Oh, and people like Jenna Ortega. She's Wednesday, so she's Beetlejuice, and was in Scream. So she's definitely in the horror realm. People
yeah,
are enjoying her in that. So her looking scared or whatever, that's part for the course. Um,
true.
this is she's the new goth girl that people like. Definitely like Winona Ryder was, or um, you know,
Yeah, they just need to do like a Twilight with her or something, and she's set for rest of her days.
so true. Like, yeah, I'm trying to think of other like goth lady, like Eva Green or Helena Bottom Carter or something. That's like her wheelhouse there. Now
Mm,
she's developed that for herself there.
yeah,
Um, so, well, hopefully this movie works out because that movie could be bad, and we'll see. Um, but you know, I'll probably give it a shot. All right, this last trailer here is for Warfare. Now, this was the trailer that I was like, we'll see how it is, and I was like, looks pretty good. Um, I mean,
yeah.
if it's a compelling story, it's written and directed by Iraq War veteran. So this is from
Yeah.
his memory.
This looks
Of
like a dad movie. I'm sure dad would like this movie.
Oh, he definitely liked the trailer. I saw this trailer
Yeah,
and I was like, I gotta show this to him. He's gonna like this trailer. He's gonna be
yeah,
interested. And Alex Garland, who directed Civil War and Annihilation and Ex Machina, it's he co-directing it with him with the guy. So um, yeah, it's just we're gonna see. I'm assuming like a day or something in war, basically.
hmm
I mean, it's obviously war is hell type thing. I mean, we've seen
yeah,
it, but I mean, the perspective is interesting. It looks like they're gonna do it like it's in real time, and no cutaways to people talking in a room saying we got to get them out or anything. It's just gonna be what we see is what we see. Um,
yeah. That
yeah,
does make it more compelling. It really does.
it
So,
does. Hey, you got Will Poulter in there and Joseph Quinn. I'm sure there's other British guys pretending to be American. Um,
probably the whole cast, pretty much. Yeah.
most of it, yeah. But it's pretty much the young guy, like all the young up and coming guys, um, are in this movie that are white,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So cool. I mean, I'm interested for sure. they've been, I mean, A24 has been doing some, going a little bit out of their pocket with their zone
You know,
with
they
movies.
seem
And
to be know what they're doing.
yeah, we'll see. Um, yeah. I mean, they they won the Oscar for Everything Everywhere All at Once. They made sure in that Death of a Unicorn trailer they said that, with their, because it's a weird
Yeah,
movie.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, this one just looks like a straight up good movie. I mean, I know what I'm gonna get coming into Warfare here. So,
yeah.
um, but yeah, I mean, I think seeing that trailer, it looks good. I don't see anything that would like really give me pause, but we'll see. Um, cool. All right. Well, that is all the trailers that I got. You got anything else you want to talk about before we talk into the movie of the week here?
I do not know.
All right. So the movie of the week is Kraven the Hunter. Um, this movie, we can talk before we get into actually like our review of the movie. This movie is going to be a bomb. Um, its opening weekend worldwide made 26 million.
Wow.
It
Yeah, when
opened.
I saw it yesterday. There was already only like 3 showings, and I think it just came out
Yep.
this Friday,
hmm hmm Opened
which
to
is
26
crazy.
million dollars is bad. 26. It opened third of the top
Nice.
five. Uh, like Moana did better this weekend, and Wicked did better this weekend than Craven did, and it's its opening weekend worldwide.
Yeah, I mean, when you just keep making bad movies in the same universe, and then you're like, nothing's gonna change. It's like you
Yeah,
got to do something different.
yeah. I mean, to be honest, they should have had Venom be the end of the year instead of Craven.
I guess did Venom actually do well?
Yeah, Venom made like $400 million. I mean,
My
I mean,
gosh, it was horrible.
in comparison to this movie, it's going to make nothing. I think if they would have swapped them, they probably could have done better because I don't think there's anything that people are like really wanting to see this all for Christmas. So, actually, I think Venom probably would have done better. You just swapped them. I don't know why they moved Craven to Christmas. It's weird to me, but whatever.
Mm.
Well, what do I know?
I mean, I will say I thought this Craven movie was better than Venom.
Hmm. I mean, that is. I mean, I can see
Yeah, I
either
think it.
way.
I mean, we're talking about poopy poops here.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah,
I mean, slightly better poop. Yeah,
I I think I liked Venom more.
yeah.
There's things
I think that's fair. I don't.
yeah,
I think
I don't.
I could see people going either way with it.
I mean, I've seen like 50 movies, and that is like it's like the difference between like number 31 and 32 on my list or something like that. So it's
Yeah,
not like the top 10 or anything. So
I if that's 31 out of 50, I would hate to watch the
there's been
rest of
some
your list.
there's been some bad movies this year. I feel like I got more enjoyment out of this movie than some of the other movies. Some of the other movies that I have lower are just boring. If I'm bored, if I'm not entertained at all, I would have it lower because it's just not worth my time. Um,
Hmm.
and there's been other movies that were just super boring. Um, you know,
Yeah,
um, yeah. Like I said, I don't think this year has been like spectacular for movies, unfortunately. So
yeah.
we've got a lot of meh this year.
I think next
Um,
year's looking a little better
oh,
so far.
I'm definitely looking better. I mean, most of those trailers are making better
True.
than a lot of the movies I've seen this year,
Yeah.
but they're trailers. So, and we'll see how that Superman trailer is. and that comes out tomorrow.
Mm.
Um, so yeah,
Did you watch the little tease?
yeah. What a little tease. I mean, it's a teaser for a teaser for a teaser.
Yeah, it was like more of like an advertisement for James Gunn. I felt like just like
Yeah, pretty
James
much.
Gunn,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
savior of the DC universe.
Yeah. Well, the Sony Spider-Man list Spider Verse is dead now with Venom or with Craven. My gosh, we Craven here. Um,
Are they
so
like they said they're not gonna do it
pretty
anymore or
much,
something?
they've pretty
Okay.
much said that this is. They're like their press release was basically like, so we've heard that people don't like it when Spider-Man's not in these Spider-Man films, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just purely because stupid people went and saw that first Venom, and it made like $1 billion. Um, that is the reason we got it, and it's just because Venom looks like Spider-Man. I mean, the
Mm.
they if so many people didn't love that first Venom movie, we wouldn't be in. We wouldn't
Um,
have gotten these
I
characters.
honestly had no idea it made that much money.
It
Makes
made.
sense.
I don't think it made $1 billion, but it was like in the 900 million. Like it made a lot of money, and then
Yeah.
they just made crap after that. Um, but I will say, as much as Morbius is crapped on, I didn't think it was like the worst movie I've ever seen. I thought it was fine. Um, I didn't even see
Mm,
Madam Web, so
I didn't see Madam Web either.
um, yeah. So, all right, let's get in. Let's actually get into this movie here. So personally, I don't think that we could. I think we should just get into like spoilers and stuff. I mean, we can give our overall a little bit. I thought the action was fine. I thought the writing was bad. Um, the dialogue was really stupid. Um, the there's a conversation. They're having conversations. Him and Ariana, Craven and Ariana Bowe's character Calypso, and at like nearing the end, and it looks like they deep faked her or something because her face is moving, but it looks weird, like she's like CGI'd. I don't. It's weird. Her face looks weird. I don't know if she wasn't there. It's a stunt double, and they
I
like
don't know what scene you're talking about.
where
So
they're talking about like we're gonna go to war or whatever at the end here. Like they're in this like his bat cave or whatever, and they're talking, and he brings down all the weapons and stuff and
uh,
all that.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, it
Talking
looks
about like
weird.
before the final fight sort of thing.
Pretty much, yeah. It looks like it was a reshoot, and maybe she couldn't be there, and she was filming something else or whatever, and her face looks weird. Like
Mm.
it was a stand-in, and they put her face over it. It looks weird. If you want, you're not going to watch this movie again, but if you had watched that scene again, you'll see that it like looks weird. I don't know what the deal
Well,
was.
maybe I'll check the scene out at some point. But yeah,
Yeah, it's just I don't know what they did with this movie. The movie definitely because it got pushed back. This movie was supposed to come out last year. They
yeah,
pushed this back and pushed it back and pushed it back. They definitely reshot it, chopped it up. There's definitely reshoots in this movie. I don't know. This movie must have been really bad if like this is the recut movie. Um, but I'm honestly the action wasn't that bad. I don't think he did that, but I thought he was decent as Craven. Russell Crowe's hamming it up, doing an accent. Um, you got. I thought the guy who's the brother Heckinger there, who's in Gladiator too, is one of the emperors. Two Russell Crowe related movies there.
true. There
So
is.
that
Yeah,
that guy's having quite the year. And him doing like mimicking voices. Um,
yeah, that was goofy.
Yeah,
come a chameleon. That's all I
I
could keep saying like that whole movie.
I thought I thought the first time he was singing, well, he's like playing the piano. I thought he was actually singing. I was like, oh, I didn't know this guy could sing. But then apparently it's just the singing, it's
Yeah,
just
it's
Harry
literally
Styles.
the other voice.
It's
Yeah,
just the singer. I didn't realize. I thought it was him actually singing. I was like, oh, I didn't know this guy could sing. I was like, no, it's just
yeah,
the voice. Because I don't know. I was like, that kind of sounds like a voice that would come out of that guy, but it's just the voice, or whatever. And then it kind of got. I was like, this is goofy. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people with powers in this movie that like just come out of nowhere. And the Craven
make no
origin,
sense.
the Craven origin story is goofy. Um, and
It was pretty funny. It was hilarious. There was a lot
there's
of times I laughed in this movie because it was just so
yeah,
goofy.
there was just a lot of weird CGI in the movie, but I thought the action was decent, and then I thought his performance was fine. Um, yeah. So, and honestly, people are like, "Oh, Ariana DeBose, she won an Oscar." But she's not that great. When it's like, I'm not even sure she was there. So, um,
Who are we
I,
talking about?
the Calypso.
Uh,
Um,
I mean, yeah.
I
I
thought
mean,
the
the
writing was
writing
just
and
bad.
yeah, it was just so horrible. No one could have made this good.
Rhino uh, was over the top and goofy.
There
Uh,
was like one scene where he does like some weird hissing thing.
yeah,
You know what
he's
I'm
like
talking about?
he's like mustache twirly villain. It's just not good.
Yeah, it was
Um,
hilarious when he did that, though. This was a comedy for me. It's just
yeah.
hilarious. Like
Um,
Morbius cringe bad hilariousness.
yeah. Okay. Well, that is some overall thoughts before I get into like very specific things.
Hmm.
I'm at a 4. It's below
Hmm.
average. The only glimmers really are the action. I think was fine. Um,
Honestly, I don't even think the action was all that great. But yeah,
I say
it
fine.
it happened.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying like I'm not saying like fantastic or anything.
No. I mean, I think four is a fair. Honestly, I still think Morbius was like the worst one. I didn't see Madam Web and the Venoms. I don't remember what I gave. I think I gave Venom a 4. Maybe I gave it a 5. I don't know.
It's
But
definitely below average movie.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I don't think there's any denying that.
Honestly, I've kind of fluctuated wildly on this movie because like there was things that I liked about it, but it's just like I didn't even think the plot was terrible. It was just the actual dialogue was bad. Um, and the there's um one character that actually the foreigner, the guy with nondescript powers, where he counts down or whatever. I actually thought he was pretty good. I thought he did a good job, and I thought it was
Mm.
actually interesting. And
Yeah, I guess.
he's better villain than Rhino was.
Yeah, and he was just so random. It was like someone else had an idea for a movie and then like decided to put it in this movie or something. Like why have
I,
two separate villains?
my guess is probably there was one villain. It's probably like two different scripts or something, two versions of this movie, and they mashed it up and they cut it up, and they just went,
Okay.
"Well, we'll have them both." But Rhino is like the more famous one, so that's probably why he was the main villain. Um, would be my
Yeah.
guess.
And he doesn't even beat the other guy. He just loses.
Yeah, yeah. And then the girl shoots him in the eye. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I thought his character was more interesting, but it's probably just because he wasn't like I'm evil, ha 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 ha, and I'm
Yeah.
over the
Yeah.
top and ridiculous. I thought,
Mhm.
and the kind of look of the like the where he's counting down and there, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of interesting. for some reason.
I
Uh,
guess I would have been more interested if any of that made sense to me. When it doesn't make sense, I'm just like checked out. Don't care.
yeah, hmm, you know,
Because sometimes he was moving quickly without counting. So then I was like, what's the point of the counting? And but that didn't it never was addressed or anything. It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
what you mean. Let's see. Yeah, so the brother just then just has powers at the end. He goes and he's really good at his voice, and now he literally can turn into them. Um,
Yeah. This doctor, you know, that just takes on anyone and
and
changes
we
them.
and we don't know who it is or whatever. It's probably someone from the comics or something, but
Yeah,
someone that not people are gonna just know immediately or whatever.
I guess.
Um, I I doubt it's somebody we know.
We will never know.
That's
Oh
true.
no.
Um, oh, okay. Now he this was something that bothered me, and I was working and walked in on this a couple times, and I thought about it, and I go, there's this pilot that picks him up multiple times, and they never reveal who that is or like how he even like
I
just
mean, it probably got cut.
but like why even have the conversation, just
Yeah,
have him take off. Like I
I don't
was
know.
I thought it
That's
was
a
gonna
good point.
be like a reveal or something. It was I like it bothered me now. Like when I thought about it later, I was like, why did they even
Yeah, at
have
first I
that?
thought it was Calypso, like
Yeah.
right at the beginning or something, but then it wasn't. So
Yeah. So I was like, who is that person? And then they never address it ever. And I was like,
yeah,
wouldn't they hunt down the pilot? Like if they probably know that they work together or something. It's like
nah.
I was just like, who is this person? It's just like and he works with him multiple times, so I thought that was interesting. And it's like I don't know who it is. I don't even know who the actor is or anything. It's just like just a mystery person. Um, yeah. Um, yeah. Russell Crowe being a mean dad, and then he kills him at the end, or he doesn't kill him, but he lets
Yeah,
something kill him.
an accident happens. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Um, he gets his powers because a lion bites him, and then lion blood falls into his wound, and at the same time she gives him like a potion, and then
life-saving potion.
life-saving potions that like mixes all together, and he has nondescript powers because he could like crawl on walls, but like lions don't crawl on walls, so I don't know why that's a thing.
He's not crawling on them. He's like pouncing on and off like Mario style.
But he's like climbing at with
There
like
are times where he like runs on the wall pretty much like
yeah,
a tiger but on the wall. Yeah.
like and he can see really far. I guess lions, I guess, can do that. See prey far away. I guess
Yeah. There's
through
some
grass,
eagle in there. Don't worry about it. And
eagle, and yeah, he's just like climbing man, and he's like really strong. Um,
yeah.
he's super jacked.
Yeah, that's his superpower, being super jacked. Yeah.
um, yeah, it's interesting. I just like wasn't sure what exactly his powers were. Just seems to
Yeah.
be invincible.
And they do that thing where he's like running away. A lot of movies do this, like when they're on like motorbikes and stuff, and somehow the people shooting at him only shoot around him, everywhere
Yeah,
but him.
yeah,
But they did it so much in this movie because he's not bulletproof or anything, so they can't
yeah,
hit him.
yeah, yeah. That's a good point. Um, I did like the scene where he like stops the guys or whatever, and he
Stops what,
like
guys?
there's like some poachers or something,
Oh,
and then he's like, we took care of him, and then he's like, I found you or whatever.
Yeah, he just showed up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he shoots
Goofy
him, and then he closes the door, and the other guy's shot.
already hanging there. Yeah,
I thought that
some
was funny.
really sturdy arrows to hold a
I
human body up.
thought that
Yeah,
was pretty funny. I mean, it's corny and goofy, but I thought it was I was fine with it.
yeah,
Um, yeah, them as kids and they're angsty. Um, they're all on this. You know, just I'm taking my kid out. You know, whatever. Go on jungle trips or whatever.
yeah.
Um,
And they gave the dad like a horrible like a handkerchief or something. I don't know what that's called, mascot or
Ascot.
yeah, and it just looked really bad.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an interesting choice. I don't know.
He has like a scarf all the time. It's like his thing. Like he's like yeah, it's like in the what is it? Tarzan? He has like that guy. I think
Yeah,
that's what they were kind of going for, like a old school hunter, but he's like modern times, so it looks stupid.
yeah, and he clearly didn't get into shape for this role or anything. So
No, no, no. Oh,
he was just.
would he need to?
I mean, he doesn't need to. It would have made it look a little better if when you tie it around a neck that's super big, it just doesn't look good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. The Russell Crowe is I don't I don't know. He's had quite the year this year for movies that he's been in.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's just that they wanted somebody with pedigree there, and Russell Crowe's a good actor. It's just didn't. I don't know. It's like all serviceable or whatever. Um, but yeah, there's like three villains in this movie, and none of them are like really good. I thought the foreigner guy was fine.
yeah,
Um, and he like has the lion head or whatever, and then he makes it into a coat. And he had a problem with the lion head, but he's okay with having the coat, I guess. And it's just the costume from or just the look from the
yeah,
comics is why they did it. But it's like, why would
yeah.
he be okay with the head on the not okay with the head on the wall, but okay having it as a
Plus, he would
jacket?
already dislike it because it was from his father, so that doesn't make any sense. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Um, his brother becomes the head of the organization, and now he can literally change to look like anyone. He's the chameleon. He's like, I'm a chameleon. Like literally says the name or
yeah.
whatever.
Because all
Yeah,
these, for some reason in this movie, everyone just names themselves. He's like,
yeah,
I'm Craven now.
yeah. Exactly.
Literally no reason for Craven, but because I felt like it.
Yeah, he's the hunter. Craven
I've
the
only
hunter.
I've only told people that I've killed I'm Craven. Yet
Yeah,
every single person hears about Craven and that he has a list.
yeah. Exactly.
But nobody has ever
Well,
known
he's
about
the hunter. He's called the hunter. That's different. Very different.
it.
Um,
But that's what they called him, and they don't know that he's a hunter. He's killing people, but it's dumb. It's
it's
dumb.
dumb. Movie stuff. The writing was bad. Uh, yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean the backstories were really goofy, really corny, slapdash put together. I mean I'm sure most of it is actually from the comics, from what I understand. But eh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. Could have. I mean, but I weirdly felt like it moved along. I didn't feel like it stagnated too much, and it was like over 2 hours. So
If you say so, I don't know about that. I mean, I guess I was entertained, but I don't know.
Yeah, like, but so at least I wasn't like, "Ugh, what is this over?" or whatever. I felt like it did move. At least that's
Yeah,
something.
for me, it's just one of those movies that it's like so bad that it becomes funny, and that
Yeah,
I actually do take enjoyment out of that.
yeah,
But it's not necessarily a good thing. But that does actually like make me like it more. But
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's still a 4. I would. I mean, if you're gonna see it, there's no reason to see it really in the theater. I don't think there's any like. It's all anything big shots or CGI. So there's nothing you need to see on the big screen or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what people are gonna see for over Christmas and stuff. I don't know. See Wicked again, I guess.
just
Uh,
saying it.
Sonic,
I don't
yeah.
know. I thought you're thinking Mufasa's going to do bad or something. I think it's going to do good.
I
That's going
just
to be the only thing to see.
the reviews for Mufasa have been mixed at best. Nobody's
Mm,
saying it's great. People are saying it's fine. Like best saying it's fine, best saying this is irrelevant, not interesting, and unnecessary.
mm,
Um, um, and I still don't know anybody that was like, oh, man, I can't wait to see that movie. So I'm
yeah,
sure it's international. It'll probably do well because
yeah. I'm probably gonna. We'll probably go down and see it in a bigger theater
oh, okay,
just to use the tickets on something. I could just use them here, but
yeah, yeah. I mean, I haven't even seen the second Sonic, but I think, but it's tracking that Sonic 3 is going to do better than Mufasa for the
I
opening
yeah,
weekend.
I would believe that. I mean, all the
Eh,
Sonics have done pretty good. That's why they
but
keep making them.
but in most people's conventional thought, you would think anything Lion King would do better than a Sonic movie. I mean, the last Sonic movie did like 300 million range. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see. But I don't know.
All
There's just
right.
nothing really appealing to me, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't appeal to somebody. I guess it's family stuff, but there's no like alternate stuff that I'm interested in. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week, and I can talk about some of the box office. We'll talk about that show, and then we'll get into those movies.
All right. Well, that wraps up our episode then. We'll see you guys on the next one. Until then.
This has been the Daniel and Andrew Show.